Jessica, thank you. Well, that mass shooting investigation also raising some concerns that gang involvement could be contributing to rising juvenile crime. Tonight, Fox 45's Rebecca Pryor asked law enforcement experts to weigh in on this. Rebecca.
Maxine, experts that I spoke with say ultimately it's a lack of consequences driving crime. Not only do children know that they can get away with certain offenses, but adults can sometimes take notice of that and target youth.
Possible gang ties to a mass shooting in Towson involving 10 victims, ages ranging from 14 to 27 years old.
There appears to be at least some rival individuals.
Raising concerns group violence could have broader impacts on Maryland's juvenile crime crisis, according to National Police Association spokesperson Sergeant Betsy Smith.
Street gang crime is probably the #1 contributing factor when we're talking about juvenile crime.
And BPD's former Deputy Commissioner Jason Johnson.
I can't quantify it, but I'm certain that happens.
Gang members targeting kids to avoid getting in trouble themselves isn't a new strategy.
During my time in Prince George's County, we had an auto theft ring that was created for that purpose because young people really weren't being held accountable in any meaningful way for stealing cars.
But the issue is likely getting worse.
Because in the last 4 years, we have seen juvenile offenders treated more delicately, if you will.
There is no accountability generally for juvenile crime.
While they were recently amended, Maryland's new juvenile justice reform laws still prevent young offenders from being charged with certain crimes. For example, youth caught stealing a car or possessing a handgun will face a child in need of services or SINS petition for a first offense. This connects them with optional services, not mandated consequences.
You can get caught doing it and be out there the next day doing it again. And so whenever you have that type of situation where there's this revolving door and no one ever gets in trouble, we're just going to do it.
And while gangs are often correlated with recognizable names like the Crips, Bloods, and MS-13, Johnson argues small cliques or neighborhood crews who commit serial crimes can also be considered gangs by law enforcement standards.
And those tend to be driven by those groups among the juvenile population.
Last week, a group of known juveniles suspected in an armed carjacking in East Baltimore.
Back over at Lafayette and Milton Avenue, there's some juveniles that's known to live in that area that do a lot of carjackings and stolen vehicles.
And less than 24 hours later, on the exact same street, officers locating 5 young people sitting in another stolen car. Those arrested, 21, 19, 16, 15, and just 9 years old.
We can't have them go without consequences or they will never learn to not be criminals.
In addition to that, there's really got to be a serious look at holding parents accountable. And then finally, any adult who's actually involved in purposely using a juvenile to be involved in criminal activity has to have very severe sanctions for that.
An ongoing problem in need of new solutions, likely to be debated in Annapolis this upcoming session.
And Maryland's 2025 General Assembly will kick off next Wednesday. Reporting live in Baltimore City, Rebecca Pryor, Fox 45 News.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also take some time to subscribe to our YouTube channel.